Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Parsha and Wine Pairing with David and Isaac. It's on a Wednesday. It's a little different.
Yeah. Why is it on Wednesday this week?
Because tomorrow is a holiday.
That's right.
The July 4th with big celebrations, big promotions going on.
That's right. Happy Independence Day. Early Independence Day.
Thank you. I've been celebrating for years now. Because I'm originally Canadian, but now I'm American. So
right. Well, we don't celebrate like Boxing Day here.
No, but we have July 1st. That's Canada Day, which is also known as Moving Day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's because it's like literally the only month that doesn't have snow in Canada, and it's on the first of the month that you have a holiday. So it's like the perfect day for moving. Everybody's like moving on that day.
So it's called Moving Day just because people actually move.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't know that.
There you go. All right, so there's that. Aside from that, what else do we have? So we have July 4th.
Parshat Korach.
Yeah, we have Parshat Korach, but also, let's do Parshat Korach first.
You want to do that first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Parshat Korach. Okay, that's this week's Parsha?
This week's Parsha. It's got a lot of stuff to do. It actually mentions wine specifically in the Truma.
In the Truma.
That's right.
Coin at the end there. And what else happens in this week's Parsha? It is called Korach.
We have somewhat of a rebellion.
There's a rebellion, yeah. So basically, people figure that they could do a better job, and Moshe's just...
Which is actually, I mean, it didn't work out the same way, but, July 4th obviously is a rebellious time for...
Right.
When, the founding fathers...
Your founding fathers. My newfound founding fathers. Right, and also,
whereas Korach was not successful, the founding fathers were successful.
Yeah. And essentially what happens is that they think there's a little nepotism going on. Yeah. Like Moshe's giving the Kunitz's brothers, so they're like, I think we can also be worthy. They get like 250 respectable, respectable leaders and gentlemen of the Jewish tribe, and they send like some sacrifices, hoping that if their sacrifice is received,
turns out to be a bad idea.
Yeah, the earth swallows them up. The fire consumes the sacrifice. Anyway, and then Aaron displays the almonds coming out of the out of the stick, so that everybody knows, like, hey, he's the one. So a lot of interesting stuff going on there, but none of that ties into the wine quite yet. However, we get to the Haftorah, and the Haftorah often mirrors some, the
portion of the Parsha.
And in the Haftorah, it talks about Shmuel when they were coronating King Saul. And also the first round there, some people, kind of started to speak up. It didn't go down as planned. But then there's a second coronation where it's like everyone's on board. And that happens...
In Gilgal?
In Gilgal.
Nice, which is...
So, yeah.
Right.
The wine Gilgal that we got here, Gilgal, that's for the Haftorah. We got a Cabernet-Merlot. So it's got two varieties, because things are happening twice there.
Right. It's the second one.
This is a 2014.
It's also, perfect. It's Israeli wine. Not Mavushal.
It's not Mavushal, this wine. It is a 2014 Cabernet-Merlot. Drinking beautifully. I drink this quite often. I have a few cases at home. So
I have this at home as well. Yeah. I think I'm out, though.
Really?
Yeah, I think I finished them all. Maybe I have one left.
And
it's an excellent price on this
it's
also.
Very good. It's like 13 bucks or so, give or take, and it's delicious wine.
It drinks like a much more expensive wine than $14.
Yep. It's very good value. So,
it's delicious.
Getting nice red fruit like cherry.
Yeah.
And getting some cedar and clove. It's from the oak.
You get clove. I like that.
Clove.
I like that. It's
it does have a bit of spice, but the spice can come from the oak.
It's a mix of French and American oak.
So, okay.
And it's actually done in small barrels as opposed to big barrels, so it's going to give you a little bit more oaky flavor.
Yeah, a little bit more of that cedar.
That's good. Enjoyable. It's an easy wine to drink over a meal.
It's already starting to develop. The fruit is already settling. Starting to develop a little bit more of that baked fruit. So it's not like
Almost like a cherry pie.
Yeah, cherry pie, stuff like exactly. So it's very much in its drinking window, depending on how you like to enjoy it. If you like it a bit more fresh, like more underripe kind of, maybe I don't remember how that was drinking 2014, or in 2015. But by now it's already the fruit is more.
This is the 2014,
more settled.
Right?
Yeah. So in 2015, it was probably released in about 2015,
right?
Maybe early 2016. And then it would have had slightly different taste profiles. 3.5 years later, the fruit is more settled, the tannins are more settled, the acid is more settled.
It's a little more developed, even.
So it's definitely getting those tones, but definitely delicious wine, easy drinking, good with food.
What kind of foods would you put this with directly?
So I pretty much drink this with anything.
Me too. Yeah,
just because
it's like a good meal wine.
It's just good wine, and then I drink it by itself. But it will definitely be better with food, and you're looking at heartier foods more than lighter foods. All right, so that's Parshat Korach, and that's this wine. Next week, this is a good segue. Next week,
it's the Edom.
It's the Edom, and you may be asking, why do we have such a small bottle for next week? I'll tell you why, because I'm not going to be here. So hey.
We only need a little bit. Well, the Edom actually comes in both a 375 and a
this comes in a 750. It also comes in a Magnum, which has been out of stock for a while.
And it comes in a Mavushal and a non-Mavushal version, which is pretty unique for wines. Generally, there's not a lot of wines that come Mavushal and non-Mavushal.
Right, and this is like one of their best-selling wines from Sagot. And we'll talk about that, or you'll talk about that next week.
Why won't you be here, David?
And about that, right? So I'm going to actually be at Sagot when you're doing the Parsha wine pairing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm there next week Thursday.
Okay.
I'm going to be going to Israel.
Nice.
I'll be sharing, pictures, videos, lives, all that kind of stuff on Instagram and Facebook. So make sure that you're following that stuff to get like an inside look.
How many wineries are you going to?
This trip is not that many. It's around 24.
24. And how many days?
10.
10 days, 24 wineries.
Right. So it's like
these are what David's trips are like.
Yeah, it's like eight days of like traveling, because Friday is a day off there. So I have Sunday through Thursday, not this week, the following week, and next week when I arrive Monday evening. So I basically have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's like 8 days of.
It's a packed schedule.
Yeah, it's pretty packed, but I tried.
24 in 8 days. That's 3 in the day.
About 3 a day. Yeah. So I try to really. Last year I was kind of running around north, south, east, west.
You were coordinated this time.
I was based in Jerusalem, so I had an apartment there with the family, and so it wasn't like I can travel around wherever. So it was just. But this year I'm like planning on like kind of clustering all my appointments so that I don't have to run around, and hopefully it'll have a little less wear and tear as I get older. It doesn't get easier. I'm an old man.
But I'm a little older.
Just a little. Just a little. Like 72 hours, maybe.
Maybe 72.
Not more than 72 hours.
That's right.
Right. And at this point, it's a drop in the bucket. Right. So that's the plan. And hopefully there'll be some good content.
Okay, great.
People, like last year I tried to make it a little interactive, get people to ask some questions, and we had some good questions, and I tried to answer them to the best of my ability. Hopefully I've learned a bit more this year, and I can answer those questions a bit better.
Try some more wines.
I don't know how much I'm going to try. Yeah, I mean,
make sure to spit.
Yes, no, that's always the thing. That's the that's what people don't realize. You're like going, oh, so many wineries. It sounds like fun. I mean,
well, it's hard work.
It sounds like fun, and that's where the fun
here at Kosher Wine. It's hard work.
No, here it's good. You can drink it because then you have to work for a few more hours. By the time you're done. But
I try to make sure that I eat something before we do the Parsha wine.
Good strategy. I should probably stop drinking this. So that's what's going on, and you'll take care of things next week.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't really bring in the wines for the following weeks that I'm not here.
Okay.
So I think there'll be like a break for a couple weeks, but I'm going to try to do one partial wine pairing from Israel.
Okay.
So not next Thursday, the week after. I'm going to try to do it then. And then the week after that, I'm actually flying back. I'm going to Spain after Israel and then flying back. So I will not be doing Parsha wine pairing.
Okay.
Maybe
if we want to, I mean, whatever it is.
Maybe I'll find if I find the part. I didn't even like.
You didn't do it.
Didn't even figure out which ones would. I did the one for next week,
right,
and the week after.
But he didn't tell me what the connection was. So now I have some homework to do.
It's pretty obvious. This one, if you read the Parsha, I think it's
obvious.
Yeah, it's in there. It's not like one of those like
It's not where I have to look at the psukim.
No. But I will share those notes with you, and you'll share them with everyone else next week. All right. Nice. So that's basically the idea. And hello, Eli Shiran. I'm going to also be visiting with Eli. Eli, I got, hopefully if it all works out, I got a surprise for you for when I come. And I'm looking forward to spending Shabbos there. Shiran. Don't forget to check out all the Shiran wines on the site and be drinking them when I'm there, because we'll be like going through notes and you should be getting drunk while I'm having fun. All right. Live from Kosherwine.com. It's David and Azik wishing you a happy 4th of July, a good Rosh Chodesh.
That's right. It's good Rosh Chodesh Day also.
And a good Shabbos. Yes, and safe trip, and I'll be back.
Exactly.
Thank you. All right. Take care.